Colebello here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you 7 build hacks that you can use to make your bloxburg builds more realistic. I've been getting more into making custom furniture lately, and I honestly just think it's such a great way to make your builds more unique and also add a lot of realism. All of these build hacks are from the Japandi house speed build that I just posted, so if you want to see the full speed build and tour for that, you should go check it out by clicking on the top right corner of this video. I highly recommend it. And I'll also preface this by saying that you do need advanced placing and Transform Plus for all of these build hacks, so I'm sorry to my people with no game passes, but it is what it is. And that's pretty much it, so let's get right into these build hacks. So this first build is a custom armchair, which I think looks very unique and is also very versatile because it looks good with and without cushions. For most of these build hacks, I like to use in-game items to make sure that I'm getting the proportions correct and that it's not going to be too big or too small. So here I'm just taking a contemporary armchair and I'm resizing a transparent cube to be the same size as the back of the chair. And this is eventually going to make up the woven part of the armchair. Now I'm taking thin square beams that are resized to the smallest size and I'm placing them in a crisscross pattern across the transparent cube. And that's going to kind of give the effect that there's this woven fabric that you're going to be sitting on when you're in the chair. And I just recolored the cube pink to make it easier to see where I'm placing it, but you can do whatever color you want. And these structural items are kind of annoying and don't like to be placed evenly, so you're probably going to have to go back in with Transform Plus just to make sure that they're all even. Now I'm just making a little platform with a transparent cube that I'm going to be placing everything on top of. It's going to be pretty important for all these build hacks that you're placing everything on one transparent cube, because this will allow you to copy the item and reuse it later on. So here I've copied the grid pattern that we've made and arranged it into the angle of the chair. And now I'm going in with some cubes to make the outer edge of the chair, which is basically going to be some borders around the grid patterns. Now you can take some more cubes to create the armrest and the legs of the chair. Now you can kind of just copy the angles that I'm making in the video, but in general, you want to make sure that it's looking realistic and that it looks like if that chair existed in real life, it would be standing upright. I'll list the exact colors and materials that I'm using on the screen if you want to copy it exactly, but feel free to color it however you want. And when you're done, if you've placed everything on the transparent cube, you can just click the transform tool on it and move it wherever you want. And this isn't shown in the footage, but if you want to add cushions to the chair, you can just take some beveled cubes and resize it right on top. And that's pretty much it for the woven armchair. So this next one is a minimalist couch, which is much simpler to make. All you have to do is take some beveled cubes and resize them to make 3 cushions and then the sides and back of the couch. And then again, you're going to want to make sure that you're placing everything on one transparent cube just so that you can transform the entire couch and copy it if you wish. And then once you're done, you can add whatever pillows and blankets you want on top. This next build hack is a light fixture that I think is very useful because you can use it in a lot of different rooms. It looks good on top of dining tables and bathrooms, or you can even just put it in the corner of a room and it'll still look good. So for this, you're going to start off by sizing down a transparent cube, and then you're going to place a light box on top of another transparent cube so that you can resize it down into the middle of the first transparent cube. Lots of cubes. Now I'm just recoloring the cube for better visibility and going in with some more thin structural beams. You're going to want to create a grid pattern with these, similar to the one from the armchair. Once you're done with that, you can place some small round rods on top to act as the connector to the ceiling. And if you did it right, you should be able to use Transform Plus to move it to the correct height. This next build is another couch that has a pretty different shape and I think looks really cute. Using the modern hairpin couch as a reference for the proportions, I'm taking some cubes and resizing them to make the wooden base of the couch. So you basically just want to copy the width and length of the hairpin sofa and then make an L shape. Then you're going to take some more cubes and resize them to make the back of the couch. You're going to want to keep this pretty short to kind of give it that contemporary look. Then you're going to take some beveled cubes to make the cushions of the couch. You're going to want to follow that general L shape of the couch, but you can make them a little smaller so that there's some dimension there. And then you can take some more beveled cubes to make the back cushions of the couch. And for this, it looks nice to divide it into 3 different sections. It really helps to use Transform Plus here to make sure that they're evenly spaced, but to also tilt them back a little bit so it looks like it's leaning against the back of the couch. And finally, you can take some beveled vertical cylinders and resize them down to act as the legs of the couch. After that, you can add whatever pillows and blankets you want on top, and you're done. Next we have this bookshelf and ladder combo that I think just looks so cute in any room. I'm starting by making the shelves using basic cubes and Transform Plus. Next I'm adding in some decorations for the shelves. You can really do whatever you want here, but I'm using a mixture of plants, vases, books, and photos. You can really do anything though as long as it stays within the color scheme. Now I'm making the ladder. You're basically going to make the whole thing out of cubes, and you can use Transform Plus to give it a slight angle against the bookshelf. And finally, you're going to use a rod from the structural item section to make the railing at the top. Next we have this modern nightstand that's actually very simple to make. First you're going to take a basic cube and resize it to make the general shape of the nightstand. Then you're going to resize another cube and use it to make the drawers of the nightstand. And as always, you can use an in-game nightstand if you need help with the proportions. Now I'm just adding some decorations on top. If you want to recreate the custom plant, you're just going to use two-sided decals on transparent cubes, and then you can use Transform Plus to move them into place. And yeah, this is a very simple one, but it looks really good. Saving the best for last, we have this custom dresser. Now unfortunately this is very expensive, but I think it's well worth it because this dresser looks so unique and different from all the other dressers in game. You're going to start off with some basic cubes and you're going to resize them to create the outline of the dresser. Next you're going to resize this two-sided decal to the smallest size and put on a transparent cube. And then you're going to copy this transparent cube 12 times to make 3 rows of 4, and it should cover up the entire front of the dresser. Next, you're going to go back in with some more cubes to create the outlines of the 6 drawers. It's going to be very important for all of this that you're placing everything on the top of the dresser rather than the floor before transforming, because this will allow you to copy and move the dresser as one piece rather than having to move all of the individual items. And you can also take some cubes to fill in the gaps in between the drawers if they're noticeable. Now you can take some thin square beams to create all the little handles on the drawers. Then you can use the transform tool to move the dresser slightly above the ground and then use vertical cylinders to create the legs. And then finally you can add your decorations on top. If you want to recreate this painting hack, all you have to do is take some normal paintings and put them on transparent cubes, and then you can use the transform tool to give them a little angle. And that's it for this dresser. Kind of complicated, but I think it's super worth it. And that was 7 custom furniture build hacks that you can use to make your builds more realistic. It's been a while since I've done a commentary video like this, but I think I want to start doing them again because I think it's just a really great way to share some building tips with you guys. So make sure to comment down below if you want to see more videos like this, and also feel free to comment any questions or comments you may have. I would also like to announce that my Bloxburg neighborhood is now open, so feel free to join it anytime if you want to build, hang out. It's usually pretty empty in there, so it's a pretty good place to be. And make sure to follow my other socials at ColebelloYT on Instagram and at Colebello on TikTok. I'm very active on there and I post a lot of different types of content, so you should definitely check it out. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!